Good morning, everybody. We are coming into Nassau. It's maybe like 5 minutes before 6. We're not supposed to be here actually till 7, which is fine if we get docked quicker and we get down on the dock. We have to meet at 7:15 for our excursion. It's really early. But I've already showed you a little bit of footage of us coming in this morning. The ship dock already should be a Holland American, and there's two royal ships behind us that are coming in, and that should be it. Should just be the 4 of us today, so it shouldn't be too terribly busy around the port. Yeah, it's beautiful from what I can see, and I'm excited to explore some of it. But yeah, it's still pretty early. Sorry for my voice, but and my face. It looks better than yesterday though. It's not as red. So yeah, we're gonna get finished getting dressed and just hang out on the balcony because, like I said, we have to meet on the dock. So we'll just hang on the balcony and then probably just go down the stairs or something. And they call the all clear. Yeah. Well, see you when there's something exciting to show you.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Hi everybody. We just pulled away from Nassau, I don't know, 30 minutes ago or so, 40 minutes ago. We are headed back to Galveston. Got 2 days back. We'll be back on Sunday. Today is Thursday, so we'll be back on Sunday. We are fixing to head off to dinner. We're going to go and check our pictures that we took last night, see if they've turned out. We've taken pictures off and on, and none of them's really turned out like we want, so we're hoping maybe these turn out. Let's talk about today. We had such a blast, and we enjoyed it so much, but we are exhausted. Let's talk about today and that excursion. I don't even know really what to say about it other than wow. I've never done that before, and it surely won't be my last time going and doing something like that. I learned a few things about, you know, how to do it, how not to do it. We'll get to that in a minute, but you got hiccups?
Yeah, it'll be all right.
We did 2 different reef sites. One was a lot of coral, but a lot of fish. The second one was more coral than fish. But as you saw in the video, we saw a huge turtle. And I've watched a couple of the videos back on the GoPro. It's hard for me to see. You know, those screens are like that big. So it is hard to see for me, but I did capture it. So I hope y'all enjoyed seeing it. You know, we were just kind of snorkeling around, and I could hear them, they called them our lifeguards that were out in the water with us. They weren't actually snorkeling down to show us anything. They were just watching us. They started hollering, turtle, turtle. And, you know, I popped my head up, and they were pointing a direction, and I went, and I couldn't find them. And then finally the other one was like, he's right underneath me. And I went down, and I literally was like almost on top of him. So hopefully a lot of those videos of the turtle came out. The first site, the fish were absolutely beautiful. As you can see, they came up. I mean, they surrounded us at times. They did feed them towards the end, I guess, to keep them around a little bit longer. But even when we first got there, they were up in our face and everything like that. We saw some, I guess they're angelfish, you know, like the bigger fish. We saw Sergeant Major towards the end. At this point, I don't know if I caught him on camera. I think I did. And then a very huge barracuda.
Probably about 5 foot long.
Yeah, that y'all have already seen. We actually saw him twice. You'll see in the first shot, I got extremely close to him. And I could see his little eye, like, kind of like looking back at me, like, get away from me. And he swam off. I let him go. But, and then at one point we looked back down, and he was right underneath us. Or at least me. I think you were there too. You saw him at that point too. But, oh, that was a jerk. Yeah, I think we're going to have a rough night again. Like I said, that storm. You can see us moving and the camera moving a little bit. So, now, I had a little bit of an accident. It could have been worse than it was. I was so grateful to the guy that was helping me up the ladder. I got all the way to the top of the ladder. I was doing great. I put my foot up on the very, very top on the actual boat. Went to pull myself up. I don't know if my foot was on a really slippery, slimy kind of a place or what, but my foot slid right off the side of that step. I went sideways off the boat, off the ladder, and I was bringing the guy with me because he had grabbed onto me so that I didn't fall. So he was on the ladder. He couldn't get up. I was stuck in the position I was in. I could not move. Kind of doing the splits with one leg way down. He was in the middle of my legs and one leg up on the very top step, and I was stuck, so I couldn't move. I had somebody kindly come and get my camera from me, so I didn't have to deal with that. The other gentleman that was on the boat grabbed one arm. The other guy finally got his balance, and they pulled me up onto the boat. I hurt the side of one of my feet. My right foot is when I slipped and went down. That's what I hit the most. And a little bit of my leg, which I'll probably have bruises later, and I'm probably going to feel it in the morning because it was a hard... I don't know, did you see me?
No, it went by quick.
Yeah, I don't know how far behind he was behind me.
I was one person behind you.
Okay. He was right behind me when we went up, and then people, of course, got in between, and you know, you're swimming one way up to the boat, and then all of a sudden the boat decides to go the opposite direction, and you know, so. But yeah, they helped me up. They all checked on me. The girls, when they came back out of the water, they were checking on me. They got me some water, made sure I was fine. You know, and I was more embarrassed than hurt, honestly. You know, I mean, my first time snorkeling, and that's what happens. Of course, that's what happens to me. He let me out of my bubble and took me snorkeling.
No, you convinced me to go.
I convinced him to go, and what did you tell me on the way back?
I should have listened to you earlier.
That he was glad I finally convinced him to do it, and we finally did it. And I told him, well, maybe he needs to listen about some of the other things that I want to do and take a chance and go on an adventure with me. So maybe in the future we might go do maybe cenote swimming, cave tubing.
We'll see.
But I understand. I'm not going to push him because he gets claustrophobic. But I do too, but not as bad as him. And so I'm not going to push him. If he wants to do it, great. If not, maybe I'll do it with somebody else that wants to do it. But yeah, what did you think about today?
Oh, it was neat. It was a trip being able to see it, and then next thing you know, you're looking underneath, and it's clear as day. Looks just like the movies.
Yeah, that is beautiful. I mean, we didn't have the colorful reefs, you know, that you would see maybe Australia or even Belize and Honduras, where they have the second largest barrier reef in the world over there. So it wasn't, you know, quite as colorful, but it was beautiful, and we saw all the different, you know, formations of the reefs, and I don't know all the terms for every little piece, but it was.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. It was enjoyable. It got cold. The water was cold when we got in. I mean, it was warmer than cold, but after you were in there for a while, and you know, your body's going in, bobbing in and out of the water, and then of course, like I said, the wind kind of picked up a little bit. I mean, I actually got really cold in the water, and that's what he said. He said, you know, we're here for 40 minutes. Go as long as you want, or until hypothermia kicks in. And now I understand what he's talking about, because I mean, after such long in the water, you do. I got cold. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I get cold easily anyway. So I know at one point we were snorkeling, and he got right up in my face, and I motioned to him that I was cold and I was going back to the ship. And he came back with me, but he didn't have to. But plus, I was already tired, and I barely made it back to the ship. I think if I stayed out any longer, they would have had to come and get me. But
yeah, probably.
Because we got pretty far away from the boat both times, but really the first sight. So yeah. So if you're ever in Nassau, do the 2 reef snorkel by boat. It was a Carnival excursion. We had a blast. They played music. They talked to us. All 4 of them were so nice. On the way back in to the channel, they slowed down, and he was pointing out the different houses on, is it Paradise Island or Paradise Island? Talking about this house belongs to this person, and this person, and this person used to own it, and yada yada yada. And Beyonce had a house. Oprah.
Got 2.
Yeah, Oprah had 2, and then that Gayle King would stay in one of them when she'd come down. Michael Jordan. Michael Jackson had one. that he, was it Michael Jackson? Oh no, Michael Jackson stayed in the arch on the Nassau, the Atlantis resort, and he was the last one, I guess, that stayed there before he died, and so they renamed it the Michael Jackson Suite, something like that.
Yep. 4 nights stay minimum, $25,000 a night.
Yeah, $25,000 a night, $100,000 for 4 nights. Could you imagine just having that kind of money? Just blink an eye. And he was telling us that those houses on that island, minimum, they have to start at $10 million. Have to start. That just blew our minds too. They were talking, Elvis Presley, he had one of the first houses built over there. He willed it to Lisa Marie, and when she recently died, it went to her daughter. So, and I didn't ever know he had a house here.
Yeah.
Mary Kay, the Mary Kay lady that started it, she had a house here that's still there. He said that when she lived there, she painted it pink. She had a pink Cadillac, and she had one of those giant standard poodles, and she dyed him pink. He'd be out in the front lawn, and you could see him. He was pink. When he died, when she died, it went to her daughter, and now they rent it out as a boutique bed and breakfast, basically. Did I miss anybody?
Chuck Norris.
Oh, yeah. Chuck Norris's house. We saw his house. There was just so many that he was pointing out. Let's see. I don't know. There were so many of them. But yeah, that was amazing that so many of them live there on that island. He said it's fully gated, secured, guarded. Nobody's getting in unless you belong there or you're supposed to be there. So, yeah.
Yeah, so if you come to Nassau, go ahead and I'd suggest to do that.
Yeah.
To reef by boat.
Yeah, if you want to do it, yeah, do that.
They got, we did the early one, so we were done and back by what?
We were back on the ship by like 10:30, 10:45, and I think that's because everybody didn't stay out as long maybe as we were supposed to. I don't know. We left at like 7. No, we left almost at 8, I think. I don't know. It was supposed to be 4 hours long, but it didn't matter. I was ready to come back.
We were out minimum 3 hours.
Yeah.
But, do that because we took the earliest, and then if we wanted to, we had time to go do something else.
Yeah. So, and when we come back in 2 years, I'm more likely going to do swim with the pigs because that's what we wanted to do this time, but it was so expensive. We just didn't have it in the budget this time. But more than likely we're going to do that. If we don't end up doing that, we'll probably just do like a resort day, like Margaritaville or something like that.
Yeah, for the ones that we haven't been to Nassau, the Margaritaville and everything else, that's a lot closer than what it actually looks.
Yeah, on the videos, when people show it, it looks very far away. When they walk, it looks like it takes you forever to get there. They're right here in front of the ships where they dock. So I was very surprised about how actually close they were. So, but look, almost 15 minutes. God, we've rambled on enough, but we wanted to tell you about our exciting day that we had, and we enjoyed it so much. But yeah, we're gonna head down, go to dinner, visit with our table mates. One of our table mates actually was doing the pig swim today.
Oh yeah, that's right, they were.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see how she liked it. I'm very excited. And what's odd is if we did have that excursion plan, we would have been on the excursion with them.
Yep.
And this whole trip with the table mates and stuff like that has been kind of odd and surreal, I guess is how you want to say it. All of us celebrating our anniversaries around the same time. If we would have had that excursion booked, we would have been on with them.
We're all kind of the same way. They like
yeah. They're not
introverts, but they still like to be out. But they don't like to be the center of attention.
Exactly, and like us. I mean, yes, we do this, but you know, if we weren't doing this, we would just be sitting over to the side, and we're not party people up in the middle of it and stuff like that. We're just not.
Plus, not only that, just like it's our first time on this itinerary, it's theirs.
Yeah, none of them have done this itinerary either, so yeah. So, all right, guys, so ran on enough. So we will catch you again after dinner. I'll show you what we got, and then not sure what we're doing. We maybe come back and just go to bed. So we're tired. But whatever we do, we'll let you know, and we'll talk to you later. Guys, so I haven't been like this all week. I've been meaning to, but the hallways have been really busy. So we just finished dinner. We're headed back to the room to change. I think I'm gonna go get my socks again tonight. I don't really care what anybody thinks. My feet hurt and they're still sunburnt, and it's up underneath my strap. So, and they're very swollen. And after my fall today, quit laughing. He thinks it's funny. But after my fall today, my body sitting at dinner and trying to get up, yeah, I don't know how in the morning it's going to come. It's going to hurt getting up. So, but I wanted to show y'all this hallway, because every time we walk from the back to the front, we always think of The Shining. Let me turn y'all around. See, it just looks like an endless hallway, like The Shining. And we probably already, yeah, we're already midship and we started in the app. So you still see how far it is. All the way down to the bow where the secret deck is. But, yeah.
Okay.
So those two ships back there should be the Liberty of the Seas and the Freedom of the Seas. I believe Liberty is on the right side. They're headed back to Florida. They're in Nassau with us today. I'm not sure what these lights are over here. It looks like it might be one of the private islands. I don't know. There's another faint lights. Well, yeah, no, the camera's not picking it up. I just love coming out here at night on a balcony and just watching the water and listening to it. Hello, everybody. It is, what time is it? 10:15. We're done. We're so done with tonight.
We're done for the day.
Yeah, we're fixing to crawl in that bed and get some rest. Hopefully we can sleep in tomorrow. But yeah, me sitting at dinner and then sitting in the Ocean Plaza listening to music, which I put a few clips in, and then trying to get up after that fall. All the soreness is setting in and I can barely move. I've got a bruise forming on my back, some on my legs. I think my arms are sore, and I think I might have a bruise somewhere pop up probably tomorrow. But yeah, we're done. Let's talk about dinner. Dinner was very interesting tonight. I got one dish. I didn't take a picture. It didn't look the most appetizing when they set it down, honestly. Talking about the turkey one.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be turkey with dressing and sweet potatoes and stuff like that. It wasn't good. Yeah, it didn't look like normal turkey and dressing, which is fine, but it didn't have very good flavor. And then
There's like two different kinds of turkey.
he tried one thing on there.
I tried both.
Well, I mean, one thing on there that had like I think it was spinach inside. Was it spinach?
I don't know. I didn't really get that part.
But
when it came out, it looked like it came from like a spam can. Spam can.
Yeah, it just didn't look right. I don't know what it was. So I didn't really eat that plate. I ordered some chicken breast. It was not real good tonight. It was kind of on the drier side. I've eaten it pretty much almost every other night, and it's been good. The pie that I had, it was a cappuccino pie. He had the same thing. I didn't care for mine. It was actually like the top was like frozen, really, really cold, and then the inside was really cold. And then I didn't care for the crust. It had too much coffee in it for me. And I like coffee, but it's pretty strong with coffee.
Yeah, I didn't like the crust,
Yeah,
but that's just because I expected like a graham cracker cut crust, but it was more.
It was a lot coffee flavored.
It was more homemade cookies that have been sitting out for a few days. That kind of consistencies. It's a little bit harder.
Okay, I gotcha. But yeah, I didn't like it. And the top, like I said, the inside was real soft and like creamy, but it was so cold. It was making my teeth hurt, so I couldn't eat anymore.
It was good though. I liked it.
Yeah. And what did you have to eat?
Oh,
the prime rib.
The prime rib and the shrimp. How was it? It was one of the shrimp stuff.
Oh.
But I mean, they were both good. The prime rib was good. It just kind of as a filler. And then it was the shrimp Creole. That was good. It had a bit of a kick to it, but I mean, it was still good. But I like hot, spicy stuff.
Yeah. So overall, dinner was okay. We had really a good time talking to our table mates and talking about what we did today, and our excursions and all about my mishap and all that good stuff. But we enjoyed dinner. We always sit there a little bit past time to get up, and just kind of talk. We've really enjoyed the week. We won't be in the dining room tomorrow night. We have the steakhouse.
Come to think, you wanted to switch to a two-topper.
Yeah, because I didn't know what we were going to be seated with. I mean, we've had bad table mates in the past, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we just went and sat in the Ocean Plaza. We played some cards. We listened to the music. Yeah. I'm so done. My feet are swollen. They're hurting.
Mine are too.
Yeah. So we're going to rest. Not sure what tomorrow will bring. We'll see how I feel. More than likely, I will combine the last 2 sea days. Because there's not a whole lot going on in sea days anyway. So, and being that we are extremely tired, and now with me being hurt, we probably won't get up too much. I'll probably sit in the Ocean Plaza, play cards, and want to do trivia all day. Honestly. So, and I know that probably sounds boring to some people, but to us, we enjoy it. That's really the only time that, because when you're at home, you just watch TV and you got your phones in your hand constantly, and so we enjoy the time without our phones in our hand, no TV. It's just me and him joking around, playing cards, making fun of each other, blaming the bad hands on the other one who dealt it, and you know how it goes. So we enjoy it. We usually have cards with our family when they come with us, but they weren't able to come. So yeah, anything else you want to add about today or this evening?
Yeah, I mean it was entertaining. I mean, the wait staff in the dining room, considering their staffing, yeah, they're pretty on point, especially when they start doing the whole show with dinner. There's a few of them you can tell that they really get into it. Even our waiter Eric, he's a hoot.
Yeah, y'all would have saw a clip from the other night when he was actually dancing around and having fun. The last couple nights, he's, I guess, been running back and forth for food, and he hasn't been out there when they've done it, so I haven't been able to record him. But yeah, he gets into it pretty good. So, but all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the vlog here. Again, we hope you enjoyed the day with us, the snorkeling with us, and everything. So we will see you tomorrow for our second sea day and our last 2 days on the ship.
Boo.
Boo. I try not to think about it, but it is sad. Especially Saturday night will be really sad because that'll be our last night. So we try not to think about it.
No.
So, all right, guys. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you in the morning.